And if you couldn't tell, I decided to go blonde, at least for now, because that could change because I might not like it in a day or two, 3 or 4. We'll see what happens. Hello, everyone. Author DL Tillery here, the Mistress of Horror, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the writer's vlog for July 2024. I feel like I haven't been on camera in a minute. That's what I feel like. And if you couldn't tell, I decided to go blonde, at least for now, because that could change because I might not like it in a day or two, 3 or 4. We'll see what happens. I only do natural colors now. Back when I was younger, I used to do all array of colors, but then it became a thing that everyone wanted to do because I'm a goth, so goths and punkers and things like that, we always had different odd hair colors, as some would say. But then it became like just a thing everyone would do. Just any Joe Schmo was walking around wearing different blues and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good. Don't need to be doing that. So yeah, I only do natural colors now, but blonde, I figure I'll give it a go. I've been blonde before, but it's been a minute, so I'm not sure about this. This is like blonde, and I didn't add any color to it besides just blonding it. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this. Anyway, so what's been going on with me? Now, I have completed the writers conference, the author 2 writers conference was great. I got to take at least 12 workshops and seminars during the conference, and I'm doing a lot of replays now. But yeah, so that was great. I did learn a lot of stuff, a lot of great discussions and things. I even submitted for the first page critique, which shockingly, out of the random pick, my first page got picked for a story that I'm going to publish that's already been professionally edited and all those things. But it didn't get stopped. People, they did read it through and they would have read it through. The questions were so funny about what questions they had about it, because it was one of my horror stories. And it's so funny to hear other people talk about your stuff and they're like the female lead at the start of the story, who is not the lead in the story, she's just an opening character, and they were like, I wonder what happens with her. Like, she's dead. I mean, that's pretty much it. She's dead. But I thought that was funny. It was a great experience. I always like those. Got good feedback. Not that anything's going to change in the story because it's already past that point. I just wanted to see see an audience take, you know. That's all. But yeah, I thought it was good feedback, well received. It is gory. It is one of my gorier stories. So yeah, exactly what I wanted the reaction to be. It was perfect. So besides that part of the conference, um, the workshop that I offered, which was the mastering short story writing, that's going to be on my channel permanently if you're interested in learning to write short stories and how I do it for the most part. I have different techniques, but that's one of my main techniques, and that's like a 20-minute workshop. A lot of pushed in there. And then I did a poetry seminar about the self and poetry, my own takes on that, and some exercise for people who want to get into writing more emotional style poetry. And yeah, check that out. That one's about an hour, and you can always leave me a comment in the comment section if you have questions, because we did have a live Q&A. So check those videos out. They're on my channel still. They're on the lives because they were put up as lives. And yeah, I had a great time. One of my favorite panels was Dale Roberts panel, which was all the different companies in the self-publishing industry, and they talked about a lot of different subjects, which was great to hear from them. Only one that wasn't there was KDP. So you had like Kobo, you had Bookball, you had all these different Ingram Spark. All of them were there. Only one it wasn't was KDP because they did not have, I guess, the time open to do it. But either way, Dale is a well of information for the self-publishing world. So his channels, I'm subscribed to both. I've joined the membership of both. I have to still join his website. He is like the go-to part of my journey process as a self-published author now, because he always has the information. He keeps us on the 411. He knows what's going down, and Dale does it well. So I actually have the honor of being an ARC reader for one of his upcoming books. That is a must. Let me get the name of that. It's the Self-Publishing for New Authors by Dale L. Roberts. That's what I'm ARC reading now. It's really full of course, amazing information because it's Dale, duh. So you can't lose with Dale's books, let's be honest. I have a few of his books, so I was more than happy to be picked to be an ARC reader when I filled out the form. So, I'll get to do a review for this book, which I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm going to do, of course, a book review on Goodreads, and I'm going to do one on Amazon, of course. I might be able to do one on BookBub as well, because I have an account with like everywhere that I could think of. So I will try to put it in different places so everyone can hear what I say about it. But yeah, look out for my review for that. So that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about the conference was Dale's panel. I'm gonna put the playlist down there actually for the conference, because you can still go back and look at like the whole thing if you missed it. And the giveaways, like the giveaways were amazing. I didn't win anything. I'm so sad. But it was so many people, which is so great, of course. But I was able to actually give 2 copies of Thorns of My Heart, a copy of Room Within, and 2 copies of Fractals. And I gave a one-on-one 3-hour session on how to write a short story. So, people won those. I did get to send out a bunch. I'm still waiting on an address from one person who won, and then hear back from the person who wants to schedule the session with me. So, really great stuff. I networked a lot. I got to be a moderator. I was an MP as well, just a check-in person to make sure the lives were going up and things like that. So I was happy to help out, of course, and do the giveaways to help out. But the AuthorTube Writing Conference is such a great event, and thanks to SD, Huston, Mark, and Devin for putting this together. SD for creating it and coming up with it, and then she finally has a team to help her. That makes it just, better, because I know all about running events since I've done it. And once you find a team of people that you can trust and are helpful, ooh, that is the thing. That is that's the thing you need, because it's hard to do it yourself. And I did it for a long time myself, but that was dance. That's a whole nother art community that's, yeah, something. That's a whole nother story time that we're not gonna get into today. That's one of the bigger things that I was doing and done for, my last group of this vlog. The Kickstarter. So on to Cagliostro's Kickstarter. It's kind of just, it's a settled type of time. My books are with my formatter. The stories, I should say, because it's the book. The stories are with my formatter. She is formatting the ebooks and formatting the paperbacks and the hardbacks and stuff like that. Once I get it back from her, which should be in a couple weeks, it should be before the end of the month, of course. And then I can send out the next rewards to the July people for the ebook versions of that. So the ebook versions, whoever had ebook tiers, will get their ebook stuff. If you get some ebook stuff, but you are a physical tiers go out in September, because I have to have time to get proofs, and I have to have time to get the stuff, and then get time to pack it up and then start shipping out, which I try to give myself enough time, but I didn't want to be overly long either. That being said, that's where I am with Cagliostro's Kickstarter right now. I'm kind of in a calm mode right now. I did want to get in a contest that I mentioned the last vlog last month, that I was interested in trying to get in a writer's contest to see if I could win a spot. But I don't think the time was allowed it to me because a lot has happened and gone on, and I've been very busy with work and preparing for this new school year for my daughter. And I just did not have the time that I would like to have to write the story that I was going to put in the context, because I'm very specific about what stories I would allow. Let's say it was picked. I have to be very, very selective about what story I'm allowing someone else to touch that's mine, because I like to control my stuff. Now, I'm willing to be a little flexible on covers and things like that for my romance stuff. So I have a lot of romance, contemporary romance and paranormal romances outlined and ready to go, but I just need to write them. That being said, I did not have the time. The deadline is still not here yet, but I'm not going to do that to myself. I had my own deadlines for the Kickstarter that I did. I had to write the Winter Wolf story, and I had to finish touch up Obsessed. But I did manage to get Winter Wolf written in the time that I gave myself to get it to my editor, who edited, and then I got it to my formatter. So I did meet my own deadline for that. But this deadline is July 25th, and I don't have the story written at all. So that would be a little bit much, in my opinion, to write the whole book. Granted, it can be done. It's not that it's impossible. I just don't have the open time to write all day and things like that. To me, I would need at least some openings well before that to write and get the story done. I don't want to be rushed. I want the story to develop on its own because it's romance too, and I don't want to rush it. So I'm gonna let it go, and then I think they do it every year. So maybe I'll hold on to one of the romances that I'm going to write, and I will submit that then at that point. So I'm not gonna worry about it, but I'm gonna write. I may even try to write for NaNoWriMo, which, you know what, I need to check the date for that. It's November 1st through the 30th. I never checked the date because one time I was gonna do it and I didn't do it. I've done some unofficially before. I think I want to try NaNoWriMo. Just because, like, why not, right? That will maybe give me the incentive to write the story, or write a story, or whatever I be at that time. And it's after Cagliostro's Kickstarter is over. Now, Cagliostro book 2 is halfway written. So, and book 3 is outlined, of course, because the end has been decided. So it's not like this is going to be like, oh, I don't discovery. No, there's no discovery. No. That's all been figured out. So that should be enough time. So yeah, let's make that a plan. I'm gonna do NaNoWriMo. And I think the romance novel will be a good book size to do for Nano, because it's like, oh, try to write 50,000 words, you know. So I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much where the Kickstarter is. I did enjoy the conference. That was great. What's next? What's next? Um, well, like I said, I wanted to work on my romance brand a little bit. Technically, all my brands are connected to the one brand, Mistress of Horror. So technically, the brand that I have created is for that reason. Hence why my slogan is, I'm married to all the other genres, but I am the mistress of horror. Meaning that there will always be some dark inclined in my writing, because that's who I am. But I will be writing more than just straight up horror. Duh, because Cagliostro is dark fantasy, though it is a sister of horror. Um, but I do have erotica. That's one of my other pen names. That's going to be coming out sometime in the near future. Two of those, and then I am, writing romance. So there's some contemporary. There's some paranormal type of romance and things in there. I don't write a lot of contemporary type of stuff, but I do have a series that is. I don't really like writing things that's based in our real world, or real world issues, or modern day. I don't. That's not my like to go to. I don't really like writing that. I like writing fantasy and things in other worlds. So, but I have quite a few stories that, the romance ones that are more grounded in reality. So we'll see. I read one of the outlines to one of my romance. I was like, I want to watch this. The plans coming up, trying to write the romances and finishing Cagliostro book 2, and the Room Within sequel, Trapped Within. I did not forget that one. That is still planned for this year. Also had Beyond the Veil, a horror collection. Now, that one is my horror collection. It has about, I want to say, 8 to 12 short horror stories in there. Stories or creatures in the Cagliostro world, which I'm looking forward to that releasing. And of course, Trapped Within is a sequel to Room Within, which still Daniel has some more things to take care of. That one's written already. I just have to have it send it to the editor, which I do want to try to release that later this year. But um, there's a, I don't want to, release too many things at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, because Cagliostro, technically, the people who back the Kickstarter will have it in September, but, I mean, August, July through September, because some of the ebook versions will be out to people in July this month. So, but it's not going to be out public. Like, it's not going to be out on Amazon. You can just buy it anywhere. So it has to have a release date announced still. I really do hope that the people who are the Kickstarter people who have the book, I would hope that they could write reviews so that reviews could go up the day it releases to the public. That really does help us writers out. I will hope for that, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I do have a decent size. I don't think it's even decent size, but I do have newsletter subscribers, so I'm hoping that some of them maybe want to sign up for the ARC team to read the Cagliostro so I can get early reviews. That would be great. And I want to really get a membership to Story Origins, but it's yet another bill. I hate bills. If you didn't know that, I think everyone hates bills, but if there's a person who loves bills, like, can you pay some of mine? That's what I'm going to be doing coming up, and trying to get published. So I do want to publish Cagliostro to the public later this year, the Trapped Within and Beyond the Veil horror collection for sure. Those are the ones on the roster, but it would be so like back to back releases that I don't know if people can handle all that. But then again, maybe it would be fine. I don't know. It's like a rapid release, but not in that sense, because the stuff will already be written, and I'm not trying to just release it quick since I'm running out of months. So if I want to say, I would love to release Cagliostro in October near Halloween, but that really depends on if all the timing of the Kickstarter stuff is done early in September, because I still need like time to decide who I'm gonna publish with, because I'm getting the books printed and then shipping them myself to the people who are backing the Kickstarter. But I have to decide. I definitely want to publish with Ingram Spark for Cagliostro and do the ebook through Amazon or whatever, because I wanted to have higher distribution abilities, and also for bookstores to be able to buy it if I'm offering that type of discount. But I wanna give it a better chance, because it is gonna be my first full novel that I'm releasing. Even though, I have the Room Within and Fractals out, they were like my test babies. They are in the Cagliostro world, but they are my test babies because they aren't the full, like, the mama book. You know what I mean? So, but this one is, so I'm a little nervous, and I don't get nervous, okay? So I'm a little nervous about handing Cagliostro out to the world, so to speak. And, I'm not the type to care what people think, because I don't. But I still want Cagliostro to do well, because it's my book, baby. But you gotta get over it. It's just stuff isn't for everyone. They're gonna like it or not like it. The story is what it is. There's no changes occurring. I just wanted to have its best possible chance, and I don't want to just skim on anything that I could have done better. I'm not worried about like if people love it and things like that, because you can't control what people like and don't like. It's the story I wanted to tell, is how I wanted to tell it. So who will like it, who will not, won't. I love it. So that's all I can say. Anyway, that's all everything that's happened in between the last time you seen me and the now. So we are in July. This is the second Sunday. Yeah, like that's crazy. We're already in July. The summer's here. It's freaking hot. It's freaking hot, okay? So I am going to get back to work on stuff. And you'll be getting this video on Sunday. Trying to stay ahead of the game. I really want to do something new with the channel. I wanted to say before I go. Because I feel like I need another show of some kind that I don't know what. I just have to think a little bit because I mean I have most of the slots all filled the Sundays. I have of course the Pax Panic Poetry Sundays. That's going to stay. That's the first Sunday in the month, and then of course my writer's blog will stay just because everybody can know like what books and stuff I have coming out, what I'm doing, what I'm working on, all those. But then the third Sunday's kind of up in the air, so I leave it flexible for whatever I want to do or what's going on. Maybe a tag video or update or a book review that I may feel like throwing in. And then the fourth Sunday is still Layer of the Mistress, of course. And if you missed the episode of Layer of the Mistress, just came out a couple weeks ago now, to check it out. And then the one before that, because neither one got enough love. Like, what's going on with that? Like, people are not allergic to poetry now? Let me stop. Anyway, thanks for being here and listening to me ramble on about things in my writer's journey. But I keep you up to date and see what's happening. And I will see you in the next writer's vlog. Stay scared.